Hey everybody, it's Asher, and if you're here watching this, you know what time it is. It's time for Dyson Sphere Program, where you can see I have undone some of my mistakes that I did at the end of the last video or the last stream where I was so tired. It's like, I'm going to start deleting this shit, but no, that's not what we're going to be doing this time. You see, what we plan to do here is not to scale back and say, we maybe need some more plastic. I have a feeling that if we can get more refined oil thrown into here, then we can kill two birds with one stone. One is the cascading power failure, which we can feed hydrogen in with, and two is dropping in a lot more oil. And fortunately, as we have discussed a good while ago, there is a lot of oil available on the other side of the planet. So we're getting some research going. That's great. I still need to automate my interplanetary logistics stations, so that is definitely a goal for sure. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff on the other side of the planet. Fortunately, if I take a look this way, it looks like it's not too far from some solar panels that I set down. I just kind of want to figure out which places I want to go, because some of these places are not too great and some of these places are pretty great. Like right here is pretty good. So we want to kind of go on our janky North Pole and figure this out. So we'll go in that direction in just a second, but it is daytime. Our drones are going everywhere. Our power is sorta, kinda, maybe keeping up, but let's take a look real quick and see just from our inventory. First thing we're gonna need is snacks. Now, one of my goals here is to automate a bunch of shit today, so we'll see if that ends up coming to fruition. But to do that, we're gonna have to make some things work. One of them is just actually grabbing stuff for oil, because we are going to need power, it turns out. Which means we're probably going to need more belts. Another thing is that to automate belts, I need to really make an automation for electromagnetic turbine and a supermagnetic ring. I am going to make those lines separately for reasons that I'll explain later on. But those are both resources that are very high demand. So we're going to try to meet that demand. We have plenty of chemical plants here. We have plenty of thermal power plants here. Probably need to grab a few more of these. And doesn't hurt to grab a few more of those just to be safe. But this is our big to-do here. We need a few oil extractors, a few refineries, and these will all catch up. This is all common resources. Another thing that I want to fix, though, that I need to fix, is that I have steel kind of going in the wrong way for this. Like right now, I do have some tiny little logistics towers. Gonna need to grab these. I do have some larger logistics towers. I'm gonna go ahead and grab those and just let things work. But I was doing it wrong before by setting this stuff up here. One thing I'm gonna do a little bit later is to take this steel, and essentially what we're going to do is move our production. We have enough iron coming in that we can bring iron into here. And we're not going to force anything to like just go through here. We have titanium already. We'll just get a little messy and make that work. But iron or oil is our number one priority, because as we have discussed numerous times, in the future we need to process lots and lots of fossil fuels. So this is really our centralized point. These areas are okay. These areas are okay. We have a total of 31.35 seconds, but I think over here, and then we bring maybe a few others in. The nice thing about logistics towers is that we can do this however the hell we want. Oh wait, that reminds me, how many drones do I have? Because I need to pick up a whole nother pack of drones. Look at that, 100 drones. Right in my hand. Alright. So Barrick, hope you're doing well today. You can see that even our research right now is stopped. Probably because we're lacking in serious materials for the yellow science. But some of that is going to be because of our shortfall for organic crystal production. So that's kind of where we're going to start. And I love these little poles that just let you drag power everywhere, because one really nice thing about them is that I'm going to just drop to the ground here. We get our oil extractor, And we can, I mean, we have power enough here, but these will reach like this.
You have done building the first.
There's got to be a way to fix that. I probably turned on another thing that's just making that robot oh so helpful. But we'll figure that out another time. Because right now we have to get our resources together. So here's 2. Did I grab more belts? I did. Excellent. So where's our other oil seeps? I guess we'll do these. These are fine. If I could just do the right thing here. So what my plan here is very simple. I'm not going to be cracking this oil because I have other sources of energetic graphene. What I'm going to do instead is kind of just work my power grid over here. There we go. Oh, misplaced. Well, we got extras. And you can see our power grid is still struggling just a little bit. Did I not actually place one down there? I did. Okay. So we will deal with this second, because this is our lower oil production, but still good oil production. But one thing that we're going to end up doing is having a logistics tower kind of dropped in the middle of this production. So it's a little silly that I'm doing something like this so far into the game, but it's Dyson Sphere Program. Like, rule number 1 is to just go crazy. So that is in fact our plan. And in fact, you know, I'm going to bump this up here like this, since we know we're not saving any trees with this procedure. And then we're just going to drop you over here. And this is, seems like as good of a line as any, and let's just start going insane a bit. Hopefully this isn't set too close to the road. Let's test that now. Okay, good. That works there. So it's going to be kind of the same setup that you have seen me do in other parts of the planet. Now, I did have someone drop in the chat previously and give me all these nice ratios for like how many I can produce based off of the oil that I have available. This is probably going to be enough, but we'll leave room to expand a little more if it comes down to it, because I'm kind of working in a hurry right now, because this is something I need to do, but not really something I want to do. So logistics tower, we're just going to do a basic planetary one, and we'll feed you in a minute. So the reason I'm putting 2 belts here is the same reason I'm going to be putting all these belts like over here. Is that, as you may recall, when you put down things like this, you can press tab to sort and select what resource you want to go where. So I'm going to be having refined oil go out of one of these, and I'm going to be having hydrogen go out the other. Of course, I need to actually power all these, which is a little awkward. That's why I grabbed extra everything beforehand, because like I said, I don't want to be doing this all day. Let's see here, just regular production. It's so nice to discover that I can just mouse over.
Taken the first step to establish
Maybe.
An interplanetary logistics transportation network. Provided the place of logistics
I'm probably
station,
not close
the raw
enough.
material is set to supply.
So enjoy the tooltip sounds for just a second. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Barrick. I'm going to be trying to do this for kind of as long as I can muster. Needs a valid connection. I'm sure it does. Okay. So, like I said, my goal here is to resolve 2 issues. One is the hydrogen issue. One is the oil issue. That way we will have enough of everything. But it is going to involve a lot of clicking, so those of you who have written love letters to me saying, please get a mouse, well, I have my current mouse, and it's getting the job done. So once again, if we set it up like this, and you can do this with any belt, this is not exclusive to just the endgame belts. You can do this with pretty much anything that can dump out a resource. And you see right here we have 2 production lines, and these are just going to be oil supply, hydrogen supply. And let's go ahead and start dropping them in there, because we're not going to, even though this is unpowered, this is another thing people don't realize. You can still use these as storage. If I really wanted to, I could grab all this oil out in the inventory and drop it back in. Saw someone post that as a tip on Reddit, which is really nice to see. That kind of become a little bit more community knowledge. Let's see here. We probably are going to need a little bit of foundation, aren't we?
Foundation, a terrain leveling tool.
All right. Yes, it is. So, second verse, same as the first. Let's just drop you and let you scoot your oil out. And is this the most efficient way to do this? Probably not. But it's the way I'm doing it today. Now, we're definitely not going to need as many of these, because this is not putting out nearly as much oil. But it's going to be kind of the same crap again, except I'm going to run my belts a little less neatly, because neatness is super overrated here. Alright, so one of these belts is going to go this way and literally cross into there. And then how many refineries do I have? Should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want to do it like that. Apologies. My whole thinking of doing it this way was leaving a little gap right here so that we can run the hydrogen out that way and over the belt. But you can see my research is going to be struggling until I get this resolved. So that's why I'm leading off the video with this, even though I have a lot of other things I want to do. This is the power of the logistics station. It lets you shape the game in the way you need to shape it. Alright. So same exact crap here. And you see, because I didn't actually select anything for it to do yet, it's giving us any of the options that'd be available. Fortunately, we're doing all refined oil right here. And you see, when you do an intake, you don't have to select anything, but on the outtake, you need to select something or it's just going to drop everything. And technically that probably doesn't matter, because this is accepting both resources. So maybe I'm doing an extra bit of work, but this is just good housekeeping, and in case I decide to change my production later, you know, I should still be able to paste on all these. Yep. So is there a range limit for pasting? Looks like it. Okay. Boop. Alright. We're just going to run this all the way over here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be enough. Because I do want to resolve my power issues. And this will be really nice too once I decide to go about how... Oh, +5 logistics drone carrying capacity. That's actually very useful. And we can just put this bridge over here and drop this back down, and shouldn't be colliding with other objects if we do it that way. Cool. Alright. So, almost done with this. early part, and we've got so much work to do today. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of daunting, to be honest, because by the end of this video, my goal is to have purple research set up. I would love to be able to fly between planets, but I don't think we're going to be able to get that far, because if we look at the research tree here, we need purple research, as I've discussed before. Drive Engine 4 lets you do Mecha Warp, which seems easy, but it requires Mecha Core 4. Yes, we're getting the autosave lag of Doom, and this does require purple. Now, the other thing is, if we look at the technologies here, is that gravitational waves are all the way down here, and this is what we get for space warpers. We don't have all of our prerequisites, so we got to get strange matter. So these are all things that we can, in fact, research. Is there anything I need to update with my research yet? Probably this, because that'll let us get to purple. And then probably this. I really like those. And then we do strange matter down to gravitational wave. I don't know if we will get all the way there, but did I not feed these oil, or are we actually... Look at this. These little things are so weak that they're only pumping out this much oil. But what that means is that it's expandable. I can, in fact... Maybe I'm running a little bit too much right now, so for now, just to do less power draw, let's just take these off, and we'll just take these off. Because apparently this is all we need right now for these, and that's fine. Like, this one's kind of running, this one's not. This logistics tower is ready to crush my power grid, so let's rip that band-aid off. And I'm gonna put a bunch of drones in here, because we have a bunch of drones. But right now we don't have anywhere to put that oil. Let's change that. But see, I overbuilt, but better to overbuild than the alternative. So we have that whole area on the tiny little globe, which is pretty cool. Alright. And we have a bunch of soil as well, so that's very exciting. See right here where we have a bunch of stuff not doing anything, and we have our power that's being consumed like crazy. Fortunately, we have room enough for a logistics tower literally right here. And even though this looks a little iffy, if we could just get one of our drones... I guess our drones were trying to chase down... Anyway. This is a first. Are my drones literally trying to chase me across the planet? Anyway, we'll come back to that in a second. Because it seems like it's trying to do something, but I need to make sure I'm fueled up here. Alright, this is fun. There we go. So we can set you down here. Just put you on demand for oil. Put you on hydrogen demand. And this is going to give our drones something to do. And see, it's not even powered. And we're already getting delivered here. But we're just going to drop our hydrogen down here. We're not going to be making burning hydrogen a permanent solution. But it's what we're doing for the time being, just to keep our other crap running. Because I do want to be making hydrogen fuel rods as well, but to do that, I'm going to need to better automate this other stuff. But I just want to watch and see how this works, because this is going to be a line of 50 drones that's just coming all the way across it. Look at this. Just literal drone swarm. Just got to appreciate the little moments like this. This is literally coming from across the planet. And it's just going to keep being a set here. And yes, I have other things to do, but we're going to kind of watch the drop-off. Like, those drones don't carry a lot all at once. But look at that line of petroleum now. And look at this line of hydrogen. And I mean, these things don't have like the greatest output, 2.16 megawatts, but it's something. So if we look over here all of a sudden, as these drones keep working and sending stuff back and forth. That's 4 more refineries. It's literally just dedicated to organic crystals. Which, if we look at our research, one thing that I forgot I can do is set priorities here. I didn't realize my camera was actually stopping the view here for some of the stuff, so I'm going to put these on 2 for a filter just so we can see that. But 32 is pretty good. 34 is not great. I can do better. I think I'm going to start doing better because now I have petroleum coming all the way through here. We have ingredients for days. If anything, I may even need to expand my plastic production. But we'll get there later, because right now, look at this. Suddenly, nobody's wanting for fuel right here. And eventually, we are going to overcap, or we should overcap on hydrogen, because I'm pretty sure we're delivering it faster than it can get. So let's do the next fix. Especially since we got a bunch of soil. Alright. So what I said before was that I really wanted to bring iron plates over here, which means we do actually need to give this some drones, because we got a lot of iron-hungry places right here. But this is not for iron, this is for steel. I think 3 is gonna be good enough. We'll see in a second, though. Okay, give it a little bit of power. And like I said, this is going to get a little bit messy, which is fine. And let me make sure I'm planning this correctly, because we're going to need to, you know what, let's just do a splitter right here. This seems as good of a place as any for a splitter. It kind of gets in the way of our storage upgrade box, but whatever. Oh, we don't actually have plates there yet. So, we want to be making titanium alloy, but that requires steel, titanium, and this. So we're going to have 3 of these making steel, and I could have copy-pasted whatever. And you know what, you know why we're not getting iron here is that we're currently set to supply. This is why we need to click the demand button. And suddenly, we're not just overcapped on sulfuric acid, we're going to be overcapped on other types of happy little things. But this is a splitter I don't use a ton, but it's great for this situation because we can just run it under here. Now, I'll tell you one thing I need to do. Whoop. Get rid of this. We're going to run this the complete other way. Alright. So I'm pretty sure this one does require steel. So now it is hopefully going to have steel. Okay, I guess I missed a spot. Alright, so logistics carrier engine. We want our drones flying faster. Alright. But you can see we already have a bunch of this stuff boxed up, which is great. We already have a lot more drones. So let's actually grab another set there. And now it gets cuter when we decide to do the next phase here, because we have to get it just right. So we put this down here. And this is going to be a weird snake. And I think I'm actually going to have to run this up very slightly over the splitter. Okay. You know, we can do it this way. Just put another splitter on top. Because we're already stacking the madness. So let's just run it in there. Get rid of this. Yeah, we get rid of this. We'll just keep, we'll figure out what we want to do with that box of steel in a minute. Because once again, this is all auto building. So we gotta do it like this, and then here, and then we should be able to just run this down. And suddenly, we have a bunch of steel going in both directions. In fact, it looks like I should be able to squeeze in a fourth. There we go, barely. Alright. I don't know if I want to keep that like that, but we'll do it for now. And I'm just going to uncap this, because right now this is just overflow. But eventually what's going to happen here, we can actually connect these back, is that my goal is going to be, I don't know why I'm doing it that way, is to also automate the orbital collector. But to do that, obviously, we're also going to need to figure out automating this, which we mostly have done. Automating this, which we've mostly have done. We just need these prickly little turbines and supermagnetic rings. So that's the next step. It's almost like I have a plan of action here, but look at oh my gosh, we have so many chips that are just coming through now. I'm gonna need to make a delivery run soon, aren't I? Like we've got a bunch of silicon. We've got a few things flying in. Once we get the other stuff in place, we're gonna be in much better shape. But it's funny that this was supposed to be our automated steel, and now it's not. But I'm gonna put my automation down here. And I did have a plan for how I wanted to do this before, but one of the reasons I like to do some practice for things sometimes is that plans don't always work. Sometimes the plans end up just being garbage. And this was one of those times. So let's squander a bunch of soil that we had. Let's destroy this beautiful coastline. Remember the fish, I guess. Let's just get a little more. Sorry to anybody who wants me to make a big square, we're not going to. So, the reason I am doing this is because just like the property we have of all these things moving through here, yep, rip fish, that's fine. You know, it'll be Dr. Seuss style and they'll be able to walk out. But one thing we can do is pass these through. Like, no harm, no foul. Maybe shouldn't have done it in this order. I meant to think about that a little bit harder before I did it. But we're already changing the plan anyway, so let's just change a little bit further. So, first thing we need is actual magnetic coils. Now, the cute thing is that we don't have that here, but if you remember, I think I set it up in the last video. I meant to set it up in the last video. We have the end of our line amassing all of these things. So when I said before that interplanetary logistics towers is there's our gas giant again. Nice view. The one reason these are really nice is that they have 5 slots. So if we want to request things like circuit boards and magnetic coils and do a local demand on them, we absolutely can. I don't think we need that many of them. I think 500 is going to be fine. Probably should have set an iron limit for my other thing up there. Let's do that now while that accumulates. Oh, well, messed that up. Alright, well. Anyway, we don't have a lot of drones in here, so let's change that. Because we are going to want to do some local deliveries, even if we do have some interstellar deliveries coming in. And we have a bunch of titanium. So hopefully I should be able to do this unimpeded. But we are going to be doing 2 production lines. One of them is going to be strictly for the electromagnetic turbine, and one's going to be for the supermagnetic ring. Reason is because I want both, and because these take 2 of these, it's just simpler if I automate it and do this separately, because we need these to build certain other things, like these reinforced thrusters that we're wanting to automate. And like, versus this, which we actually need graphene and these things for, so we should be able to actually do our conveyor belts pretty soon too, with once again the power of logistics. So once again, we need coils, plates, and gears. And fortunately, we can just run all that down, which means that I did do this in the wrong order, so I don't know if it's that big of a deal. It might be. We actually don't need to run copper at all, but we will need magnets. So let's redo this now, because it's going to bug me if I don't. Boop. 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 Alright. So iron on the left. And we're just going to kind of do this in order. Now, first thing is first, obviously, we are going to need something producing gears. So let's do this like right here. Because if we're making these, we need plates, gears, and coils. And we're going to need the coils for this as well. So it gets a little funky. We're going to do this a little bit differently than I did last time, which is totally fine. It just means we're learning how to play the game better. Alright. So if we set this up for gears, and set this up for these things, should be, oh, why aren't we pasting? There we go. Should be able to reach. Now we are in fact gonna need a splitter over here, but we're gonna just do this splitter. Because like I said, I'm running 2 lines. So we're just gonna do line 1 for now. But ideally, and yes, we will power all of these, I haven't forgotten. But one thing I'm gonna do that I didn't take enough advantage of last time I did this was actually, these gears are gonna be produced a lot faster than the engines, so I can just drop them off on a separate line. Easy enough. So, these are in place, 0 per minute because it's no power right now. Next up, we need 2 of these per, and I'm curious if I will be able to just do it with having 2 assemblers. One way to find out, I guess. Let's put it over here just to keep it a little fresher. So once again, we're just going to run, once we make these motors, they're just going to go down here. And right here we're building you guys, which take coils. Oh, we need graphene as well. Okay, well, you know what? We have circuit boards right here. Let's just do this local supply. Because I actually was thinking a little too far ahead. And we actually need graphene here. Alright, but that'll be for the next line. So all we need here, I should have put the magnets 1 line up, but whatever. There's a reason I did it the way I did it, and it's not a good reason, but once again, the goal here is passive automation. I don't care at all about the rate in which I'm making these, just as long as they are being made. So you guys, y'all are gonna be made at 25 per. And you're not getting gears right now, which is fun. That's fixable though, because right now, how many gears are we getting? 45 per. So there we go, 22, 21, 21, 22. And each of these only takes 1 gear. So this one assembler should be able to supply both of these. Should. I think I'm going to put one more just for safety. It's not really required. But just so I don't hit any snags, because gears would probably be the stupidest thing to hit a snag on. Alright. But mathematically speaking, when they talk about things like ratios, we're talking about stuff like production rate. So these are going 21, 22. Now we have enough stuff here, and these things are getting clogged up right now. So what I can do here is just run these on the outside again. And you're going to notice a theme here before too long. And we're just going to run these all the way over here. If I can get my drones to do their business. Let's go ahead and set up another logistics tower right over by this nice lake that is probably going to stick around. But I don't know yet. And you will definitely be supplying these and these. Like I said, I was originally thinking of running these all on the same line, but what I found is that these motors, which are also needed, ended up getting eaten by other production. Just be a tiny bit more efficient here. Probably would have been faster just to delete the line, but now we're eating off the end. Whatever. Okay. Didn't fix it right for anything else, but now we have iron, we have rings, we're going to need graphene as well. So all we do, this game does not currently have the luxury of being able to copy everything, and typically what I could do is just end up running these and like doing something nice and grabbing off of both lines for all the stuff if I was feeling really, really good. So maybe I can mirror production here. Maybe I don't need the splitter. Let's double check one more time just to see, because if I only need to pass... Oh, I need to pass graphene and magnets. Okay. That shouldn't be too bad. Because we're just going to pass it over at the end. Cool. Let's get fancy. So once again, we're going to do non-aligned, because that is the way. So we have all this production right here already set, which means we're going to need one belt facing this way and one belt going back here. This is where blueprints would be very helpful to have. Okay, gear cut, paste, turbine cut, paste. This thing. Oh, recipe none, cut, paste. Alright. So let's see if we can make this work. Not like that. So 2 gears, no power. But technically should be like this. And these are going to take turbines and iron. That's not what they're called. We just increased sail speed, but I still need to like up my individual power production. Alright, so last for you guys. You need magnetic coils. And these guys. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright. And then once again, we're just going to run this line on the outside, because we have one more step for you. And that step is going to be assembler, assembler. And I should only need to feed 2 assemblers. Did I forget the important step? I did. It's hard to build when you're not actually spitting out the middle product here. Alright. So, last but very important, supermagnetic rings. And I can always just scale and make this kind of another thing, but we need graphene and magnets. But where are you going to get graphene and magnets? The power of logistics, I tell you. Now, it does feel a little spaghetti-ish to do it like this, but not exactly here for style points. One thing I'm very curious about, though, is I'm going to test something out. It may not be a good thing, but I kind of want to see what the numbers look like. If I'm producing 3 of these, can I successfully fuel production for 2 of these? Because if I can do 3 of these here, I can do 3 of these up there. I don't think I'll be able to because I'm barely keeping up with production right there, but let's give it a shot because my end goal is something else. Alright, so you're this. You're this. Paste. That never wants to work for me like it works for other people. Alright. What am I actually grabbing wrong, or are you just maxed out? I think you're just maxed out. Okay. So let's drop you guys down here. And then we need to feed you, feed you, feed you, feed you. And then we're missing magnets, which are fortunately over here and really easy to grab. And if we just do it like this, should have 2 magnets. And see, we're already producing. We already got 100 some right there, which is amazing for what we're doing. So, how's it going to be? And then I guess we'll just have you spit out over here, just for simplicity's sake. Not like that. And then feed into there. So once again, we've kind of bought some time with all of our research that's going, but look at that. We've got 2 of these being well fed. What I want to know is if this is going to be at all useful. Or if I need to make a 3rd thing for gears. But this is hilarious because right now my iron supply, once again, is not quite keeping up. But that's okay. Like, our gear production is good. Okay, I think, mathematically speaking, I'm gonna try something stupid. Because stupid is my first, middle, and last name. Sorry for anybody who's trying to dox me. Alright, so you are now going to stop producing this. And you're going to produce these instead. Alright, so that means we need you to be grabbing, not spitting out onto that belt. Actually, grabbing coils, grabbing gears, and I mean, the way that you can tell that you've grown in a game like this is your comfort level in improvisation. Okay, so this is going to be gears. And you need power. For some reason I have power everywhere but right there. So, cool. Alright, but look, we have gears. We have 3 of these going. One of these is getting fed very slowly. But once again, we're just trying to automate this process. And if it really is coming down to just not having enough iron to fill this, then that's just so fascinating to me. Is there anywhere, like, we're not using any of this iron. So I'm just gonna walk down the iron flow here. Like, iron is getting used by some stuff. Like, we have all this crap here. We have all this stuff that's being made. We have all this iron that's trying to be shoved out. We have all this iron that's being added to the line as fast as possible. I mean, honestly, you know what we probably need to do? We probably need to do is, uh-oh. Why do we have magnets on the line? That's not good. I swear I saw magnets on the line. That's not supposed to be happening. Okay, I might just be going crazy, but you're supposed to be iron plates. I think what we need is faster belts. Okay, those were just gaps that I saw. Well, we're going to automate faster belts here very soon. So first things first, automate the shuttles. Because once we automate building the shuttles, we will be able to populate all of these massive interstellar logistics towers that I've been building. Which I do have a long-term plan, which does include filling in like gas giants and getting a bunch of resources there. Like, look, we're already at 3 logistics stations, 7 logistics stations, where our only shortfall right now is this, but this is producing. It doesn't have to produce fast. Once again, I just want to reiterate that. This does not have to produce fast because this is meant to be passive. We are literally just doing this because we can. So, we need to make thrusters. And we need to make these things. Alright. Which means we've got to run some more CPUs over. Right. So we have a box right here. Let's go ahead and draw from the box. That's fine. So it's a little tacky, but it's gonna be a it's there exactly for this purpose. Because both of the things that we're building require this. So let's kind of follow the same format we did before. First thing we're building is thrusters, which just requires some of our new materials here. Which, yeah, we are going to be able to do this with just this tower. That's amazing. Alright. So we're going to be able to set you to demand and set you to like 400. Because that's all you're going to need for a while. Okay, so we probably just want 2 thrusters. put you right there just to make that magic happen. And technically I can make this supply go a tiny bit faster if I really wanted to by setting 2 of these. Maybe I do for this. Okay, so nope. Thrusters first. So thrusters are going to require some of these turbines. So let's drop it down. Look at that. So 2 sets of thrusters, and then all we're going to need is processors and the enriched steel, or not enriched steel, enriched titanium. But we're going to do kind of the same compactualizing. Ugh, I'm making up words now. I probably only need 1 of these to go at a time. So that's all I'm gonna do here, just because I don't want to soak up too many processors, because these eat a lot. And once again, passive production is fun. You saw how many drones we have. All right, and the other thing we're gonna need is processors, which fortunately we have a second box of right here. And I'm literally just going to do it the stupid way. The Asher way. Okay. Okay. And then I want to leave some room for this, because we are going to need thrusters for this. We're going to need the magnetic rings for this and assemblers for this, which we can do later. Like, I haven't even messed with the ray receiver. There's so much stuff I haven't messed with yet. But here's another thing, like the accumulator, we're going to need that crap for this as well. Alright, so look at that. Very suddenly, another thing that I spent probably hours, in all honesty, automating or handcrafting in my last save is now done. And just like the other one, we are gonna set this limit here to 2. So once we get the CPUs in place, it should be good to go. And then we're gonna need to probably start pumping up our CPU production by a lot, which is fine. I do have plans to put CPU production off-world and have that sent, but I need logistics vessels to make that happen, so let's make sure this works like it's supposed to. So technically 10 per minute. That's a lot of processors. But there we go. And probably just, but look at that, power of logistics. Makes everything better. Why are we not doing this? We're not researching right now for fun, I guess. Like, it was stopped for a second, but our power's doing okay. We can only hold 10 of these per station. So let's just take the stack. Because like I said, this is going to be a local power station. And I feel a little silly doing this, but we are gonna clear and eat those. So we want to be bringing these in. Yeah. So let's go ahead and drop these down here. And you see right away they are going to be going to another planet. So we're going to have silicon for days. What is currently collecting processors? Because if we have room to drop that off, that's fine. we're going to need more of those, which is maybe an argument for putting the production on planet. Maybe we set that up next. But I want to check my yellow research just to make sure, because we have some other automation we need to do, most specifically belts. But look at this. What are we short on? We're short on titanium. Why are we short on titanium? We should be demanding the crap out of it from the logistics station, but the logistics station is empty. So this is where me, in my half-sleep state, putting everything in boxes here was not the best idea in the world. Alright. So if we dump a bunch of you right here, and take a bunch of you, and just drop it in these boxes, should be enough to get us going. But like, look at what's... this is just... it almost brings a tear to my eye. I am backed up on organic crystals. That is not the position I was in last time at all. And it's funny, this might not even be enough. It's probably enough, but look at that. Look at that. All the titanium suddenly just flying in. I think we're actually going to bump this up to 600 now. Alright, so yellow research should be back on the menu. So what's next? Belts. Before I forget. And I believe we have a station that's eating graphene. If we don't... okay, we do. Good. As it can probably eat some more graphene. Which is fun, because we just look at it go down here. Like, I'm not exactly sure our graphene production can keep up with this. We may need to put down 2 or 3 more chemical plants for graphene because I don't have fire ice. That's going to be a big test here. So anyway, look at this nice little fishing pond. I said before, somebody's sleeping in cryo sleep right now, dreaming of their family fishing pond, and my robot ass is just paving over it. So rip fishy fishy. Anyway, we need these to build these, and we need 1 graphene and 1 spinning thing. So that's easy, right? And just ditch this, right? Apparently I can't. Okay. Interplanetary logistics station, go. Just like this. Alright. Lower your charge rate. Drop in probably 25 drones. Because all we need is these, but only a few. Like 400, 500, and then graphene. Same thing. And the reason we're doing 500 is just to make sure we have excess. But we don't even have 500 made right now, so maybe we only need 400 here. Whoops. Okay. So, to build this is going to be one of the easiest upgrade machines I've ever made. Alright. Like, this is just... before, I would just be snaking and running shit everywhere. And now all I have to worry about doing... and I'm going to do 2 belts onto here. Actually, don't need to do that much. Then 1 line... for you, and 1 line for you. Just leaving a gap in there just in case we need it later. And then voila. Automation done. And in fact, Go ahead and drop all these back here. And I have 173 belts. We're going to be picking up a few more of these, but look at it go. Once again, passive production. This is the way. So we're making 44 of those per minute. So I think upgrading my iron line is going to directly correlate with increasing my power here. But there's a few other things I need to do. Like, one thing I want to make sure I get into place is making hydrogen fuel rods so that I can burn those. So I kind of want to see if I was right about my theory for having backed up hydrogen over here. And I do. I do in fact have backup hydrogen. That's awesome. So what that means is that with this line we can pave over this beautiful water and see if we can make some hydrogen rods, which are really easy. I can even bring in some titanium from over here. Yellow is still our shortfall, that's fine. I just need ways to make more power. Because once again, our power is not great, but I have been killing enough time to where, first off, we can hit our research. Alright, strange matter. Or as Reddit said earlier today, weird shit. Which we do need deuterium for. And that'll let us build these. And I think that's already queued. These are one of my favorites. And I won't be able to build them for a while because I didn't actually research. Maybe I did research. No, I haven't yet. Ugh, okay, well. It's a favorite that we'll get to eventually. So, are we out? Okay, 8 are on the way. So that's fascinating. How many of these do we have? 20. That's enough for now. So we got a few of those coming in. How is this production going? Slow, but it exists. Which is all we're asking for right now. Like, motors are still the issue. Iron output is kind of the issue. So it's 20, 20, 20. It looks like these are keeping up okay. So it looks like what I'm gonna need is like 4 of these pumping out to try and fill 2 of these. That's a little, it's a little bonkers, but the more you know. So regardless, like I said, this is all supposed to be passive production. So good enough for now. I can always move these over to the right just a little bit and drop a 4th assembler here. But that assembler would be to make more of these. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the other planet. I'll see if my passive production ends up not keeping up. And I did not check to see if I had enough snacks, so I think we do. Alright, we are not going to be getting to other planets today, or like other star systems. But the table has definitely been set for it. Just gotta make sure I don't fly into the gravity here and waste a lot of energy. Look, we have interplanetary logistics stations at last. These, we can see them on the map a little more easily, but look. You can even tell color-coded what kind of supplies they have. So silicon, titanium, silicon, titanium. That's so cool. Something to be said about the possibility of taking these and putting a bunch of processing on here and bringing that back in. I'll have to think about it. I mean, we have the resources for it, but this is not a very silicon rich area, but like right here, this is literally the 3 things that I need to do it. So you know what? Maybe we do it. Like, I'd have to put everything down. And I don't even know if I have enough miners to make this work. Like, I'd love to have a better silicon production. I'm gonna have plenty of iron. Okay, we can't do both. Like, it's really interesting how I got screwed on the planet generation because I don't have a lot of native silicon sources. I have 2 planets with a little bit of silicon, so we'll come back here in a second. And I'm flying the wrong way. Good to know. But yeah, I think Interplanetary Logistics Station number 2 is going to be us shipping processors from this planet. If we can just have that set up passively, that's going to set us up really, really nicely for other stuff we need to do. But look, there's our home world. Looks so cool in the sky. Chompy chomp, let's recharge. Look at the local planet power draw. Not so bad. It's about to get a little worse though. But yeah, it's I'm impressed with the clip that we're doing through our research here, especially for being less than 10 hours in. Now, I've seen people assert their speedrun dominance by doing things pretty fast. You know what? If we have copper and iron right here, do we have iron nearby? Yes, we do. Okay. The thing is that this is here, this is already mined. This will run out. So I'd rather just have this be special delivery. And I could technically remote supply the other thing, but we're not going to. So suddenly we have a bunch of vessels in transit. So cool. Alright. So let's just recharge just so I don't screw up and fly around the wrong side of the freaking planet again. Like, there's more silicon, but that silicon vein does not have nearly as much. Like, this silicon, there's only 2 silicon veins on here, which sucks. There's a bigger one and a littler one. So little I can't even find it. Ugh. Alright. There we are. So yeah, we're going to be eating up all of that. Right now. But the more of this we can do off-world, the better. Because then we are going to need so many processors. Hey, Chris Clar, and I'm sorry I mispronounced that. Hope you're doing well. This is Dyson Sphere. Oh my god, I forgot to drag my power lines with me. It is apparently a game where you suddenly realize, oh crap, I did not actually bring a lot of my special long power poles. But we'll make it work. We always do. Because these are also things that are being made passively on my home planet. That's the really nice thing, is that all it takes is time. Look, there's all of our logistics ships just all launching all... Oh, nope, they're all coming in for a landing. Cool. Alright. So our supply problems are done. Now, one of the things that people really like about lava planets is that you can just build on them. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a lot of belts with me, so that is going to get in the way a little bit. Especially because I'm about to break some rules here. When I say rules, if you watch me stream, you know I'm asking people not to build north or south, but I think 1, 2, 3, 4 of each smelter's fine. I love that our power grid's stressing out now. Actually could use to put some more solar panels on here, but we'll see. This could just be recharge anxiety. Yeah. The thing is that I have I don't have a ton of resources to make yellow belts right now, so it's not too big of a deal. My goal kind of running through this is just to have everything being made at home as much as possible. Well, how many times can I copy nothing? Alright. That sounds like work. It's like, you just copied nothing. Congratulations. Like, I've been wasting my life. Alright, please to... Oh, God. Okay, look at that. We're going to be making copper plates out of silicon today. But Dixieland Gaming, hope you're doing okay. Oh, right. Let's see. Bloop. Fortunately, pasting overwrites really easily. So it's here, 103. I think we can make this work. All right. Oops. Maybe not like that, but... So hopefully we don't get too funky with the belt placement. So we have our awkward background music turning off here. But the nice thing is that, in theory, I have a bunch of tier 3 belts being made at home right now. That might be limited by my ratio failure on making some other stuff, but that's all fixable. Oh, -4. Yeah, it's a little colder than me. I have been missing out on all the snow, but yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Just kind of a tiresome day. But, alright. We're gonna make this fun and awkward then, because I am about to run out of belts. So, wave the white flag, do this while I'm doing here. Thank you, chat, for keeping me honest. Alright, processors. What did we decide? We decided that doing it with these build pretty fast. No, wrong. These build slower than these. So if we put down 4, we should be able to make we're gonna need 5. And I am not gonna have the belts for this. But we'll at least have the table set, and then we can do this with the fancy belts in a little bit. Alright, so I was so close to being good. And then I wasn't. Alright. It's like this is gonna go down here. That's enough of that. Alright. But regardless, I think getting 2 processors to fuel is fine. And then just so we find ourselves later, we have a bunch of interplanetary logistics stations. So let's put one right here. Probably better to put it up here on the same area of the grid, but 1 extra line of inventory right on time.
You have established an
Thank you, ultra aggressive help bots. So, let's just follow the train of logistics vessels. And now I have enough to where I can literally go way faster. It eats up a lot of power, but I can go way faster. And then, how am I doing on upgrade research? Need core level 4 still, okay. So can't even do that till I get to purple. So I guess purple's gonna be our next goal, which is a reasonable goal. I'm going at a pretty good clip tonight. Boop the planet, there we go. We need to pick up more snacks anyway. That's my excuse for coming back. Is just a nom run. All right, but here's my home planet. If you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it on stream, it's fancy. Definitely learning from playing through the first time. Here is my automated line here, where these are barely getting built. So how many of these do we have? We don't have a ton. You know, there's a screen where I can check that information. So I'll do that as soon as I grab something to eat. Hydrogen fuel rods will be way more efficient here. Deuterium, something I can look at soon. So, production. First off, how's our science production doing? Awesome. Okay. Our goal is at least 60 per minute, so 1 per second. We are eclipsing that. 14. That's not great. So I could definitely want to improve on that, because right now we do have 200 because this is passive production, which is nice. And if we go like this and just take all these, one question I do have is since we're doing this very passively, like, oh man, do I need to increase the production here? How many little motors do I have? I only have 1 motor being made. Come on, dude. Come on. Alright, well, it's passive once again. I'd have to change a lot of shit to change this. Unless I just want to run gears on the stone line. Not using stone for anything else. Not down here anyway. So right now these are trying to be made. And notice we're only making 1 of these at a time, so gears are not our issue. Oh, I get it now. Okay. We need to be grabbing a lot more iron. Alright. So I just fucked up my stone line for no good reason. Alright. There we go. And I did say inaugural upgrade would be upgrading my iron line. Oh my god. I never actually used the blue belts in my first save, so this is literally a first time reaction here. This is redonkulous. Boop. So let's see if blue building this actually helps the production some. But I do think, like, you have one. I do think I am not going to need this one. Because right now you're barely building. Like, this one's not producing at all. So this one under ideal is 21. This one under ideal is 21. So we need 4 of these. And 2 of those, and you're just going to be screwed. Alright, so we don't need to totally cannibalize and rebuild. Just need to change our lines a little. Alright, so bye-bye. And then get rid of you. Nope. And I think we can keep these on green, that's okay. But yeah, my goal is when I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, I can take care of this, so. Alright. So let's see if this does the trick. Also, just because these don't get produced as much. Look at how much faster that goes. That is 30 cargoes per second versus 12 cargoes per second. It's a big deal. You know, let's just for funsies upgrade this too. All right. All right. As long as we have just upgraded this a little bit. This here is going to be a similar issue. We're going to need one more of you. And we're going to need to switch you over to motor. Which means you're gone. You're extended. And alright. Gotta think through the logical progression here. You need iron plates, which you are currently not getting because you're trying to spit out there. Alright. Yeah, okay. And then we upgrade this one because that seems to be helpful. Alright. Then you just need magnets, right? So yeah, it turns out I completely underestimated... Come on. Turns out I completely underestimated the power of logistics. First playthrough. Would not be the first time I've made such a mistake. Then y'all just drop off here, and we call it a day. Alright, have we improved our production here? Maybe. It's better. All I need is better. So 4, 2, and then we can do like 1 and a something. And we have a few drones that are pulling stuff in here. We don't need to be charging all that much here. And how are we doing on belt production? It's not the fastest thing, but it is a thing. Do I then need to upgrade this? Where the hell are you going? Oh, okay. I might need to tear this whole thing down because right now this one sad asshole is powering all of this. Okay. How can I fix this? I don't know if there's a great way to fix it. Power of logistics and send some other stuff over here maybe. I don't know. It's working enough for now. Like, once again, this is all passive production. So as long as you're able to produce a few, we're doing okay. Like, these build 3 per. So maybe that is good enough. Alright, let's drop some in here just for funsies. Alright. Hydrogen fuel cells after I get my CPU set up. I keep calling them CPUs, they're just processors. So, I'm flying the right way, yes. Oh, but it's on the other side of the star, that's annoying. Okay. Like, those logistics towers get to charge at stuff, but I get to just float aimlessly in space, listening to some Kerbal Space Program style music. And look, we got, like, you can literally see the little dots. Satellite power distribution, that's nice. Like, you can see stuff just flying into and out of the planet. Just the way you read more about how the stuff gets programmed, and it's just so fascinating how they decided to, like, this is, from what I read, it's not object-oriented programming. It's like logic-based programming. And apparently it's like totally backwards to how people taught to do it. So this is our place, right? You'd think we'd be able to see our tower better, but I probably need to light it up. But still, we have millions of stuff here. It should all be good. And just for a quick refresher, this place with less than 700,000 silicon, this one has 3 million. So we can definitely put some production there as well. Also, while I'm here, I want to double check something. Universe Exploration 3. Okay, so I do need purple for that. That'll let me scout other systems. I thought that was the issue. I could have spent that whole time checking my power production, and I just put that in a very stupid location. It's fine. Make it work. Alright, we don't need you charging so hard. We do need you with maximum amount of drones, or shuttles, because we're making them. And you are going to be local demand remote supply. Alright, so where were we? Like, your suggestion for having these handheld or handcrafted is fine. Oh look, we're suddenly having brownouts. I meant to bring over some more power solar panels, but this is temporary. Alright. Also meant to get some more grabby boys. Which I am a mature adult, and that is what I'm calling them, grabby boys. Okay, we can always expand these lines when we inevitably need more. I knew that was a stupid spot. No, maybe not that stupid. Claws is good. Claws is a more accurate description. It's the kind of thing you can buy pretty much out of any like touristy shop. Once again, this is passive production. Later it'll be active production. But for now, all we've got to worry about is just feeding the beast. We'll worry about power later. Like, I could be doing this with slower feeding belts that have less energy draw. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. What did I do? 1, 2... No. Am I drunk? I'm not drunk. I couldn't have screwed that up more if I wanted to. Alright, can we try this again, please? Okay. Wow, failed that test. Okay, so ideally you're making... Well, you need power. So ideally you're working at 15. That will be higher when there's more power available. Alright. This is... You can tell I'm starting to lose my mind. But we're pretty good on assemblers. And once this charges up, we'll be alright there. I'm gonna go ahead. Just caution. And you can see the belt's starting to screw up because we're going on different parts of the planet here, so whoops. Exactly the kind of scenario I was hoping to avoid. Alright. This is fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is not on fire. Alright. And what else are we looking for? Processors. Okay, so 10 per minute. 0 per minute because things don't have power. Alright. Well, they should have power in just a little bit, so this charging is going to happen. And we are officially at the point where we can build purple research, so whoops, flew through a logistics tower. Oh, wrong button, wrong button! Alright, so definitely need to take solar panels over there because that's currently my power plan. Where is my home planet? I am just flying aimlessly If I just followed my trail of logistics shuttles, I would have seen how far I blew past my house. Yeah, that's me. I am nothing if not the king of word salad. So I can probably solve this belt issue with the power of logistics towers, but I want to see if it's even an issue first. All right. So we're kind of out of snacks again. Our Q production's going awesome. So let's do some look at that. We're out of hydrogen. And here I was thinking we'd be in good shape for hydrogen. Why the hell are we out of hydrogen? Are we out of anything here? We're out of water? What the hell? God, I did not want to have to build more water pumps. Alright. I mean, I'll do it, but I didn't want to. I guess you know you're doing okay in the game when it's complaining about not having enough water. Alright. Okay, we're trying our best. Maybe this will be enough. Where am I losing all my water at? Like here, up here. Man. That's some good production scaling. Anyway, what the hell's going on with the hydrogen? Like, we're just going through it that fast. Like, you're all full for some reason. Oh, that's crazy, but okay. I'm not getting hydrogen because I have a backup on the line. So we're actually full up on petroleum. So we need to do the thing that I talked about before. I mean, there's totally some other things I can do with this as well, which we are also going to do.
You built a storage tank.
Wow, a storage tank.
It is more suitable for storing fluid than the storage. Each storage tank can only store one single type of fluid and can be built vertically. However, once it has been removed, all the stored fluid will be devastated.
Okay, I didn't mean to use the fancy belts, but it's fine. We'll just use the fancy belts. So this liquid storage is going to fill up pretty fast. So we might as well use it to our advantage. And set some stuff on fire. On the power grid. Alright. Alright, so these are all on the grid. I'm more curious to see if this actually works. Looks like it's gonna work. So the goal here is to keep our extra hydrogen flowing. And that means we should not have a backup now. Okay, we can officially upgrade your recharge speed a little bit. Because it is doing its best to recharge. Right, you all are running. You all are not getting enough oil. Do I have another? Yes, I do. Good. All right. One. I said we're just wiring the whole damn planet. That's why you send a robot in to do this job, right? Okay, that's a lot. And to be honest, I do think I am going to have to fix the logistics here because I'm losing some belts. But hopefully, like, I got another oil thing there, but 1.1 per second is pretty much not worth it. We'll bring stuff in, but whoosh, look at it go. If we can just get maybe 3 more refineries going. Doesn't even have to be perfect. Just has to be enough. Wow, I screwed that up. Well, that's fine. Like I said, my goal soon is to be getting my hydrogen from a gas giant. And I'm almost there. So it's funny, we're starting our video the same way as we're getting towards the close with it, which is fighting fossil fuels and hoping to use them as a natural resources to build a ring around a star. Not necessarily our home star, just a star. Okay, so how is this storage going? Okay. No. There's not supposed to be hydrogen on this line. Alright. I said it wasn't a big deal before. That's hilarious. Alright, I really screwed up there, didn't I? Purple research, right on time. So, hydrogen, oh, I got those backwards. Okay, well, can I just switch it? Please. This feels like it could be faster, but... That's a fun mistake. Fortunately not a game-breaking one. Maybe a little game-breaking. Alright, so what's going on here now is that I'm running out of places for this fuel to go, so it should be able to catch up now. I'm really glad I double-checked that. Alright, just let one more perturbation. There we go. So the hydrogen's moving. This shouldn't be a problem. We're burning off excess gasoline. So hydrogen fuel rods just got to be a little bit lower. So Beach expansion program eliminated all the water. Yay. Yes, I'm very sorry I saw that because apparently I don't know how to manage petrol. So, purple cubes. Look, we need processors. And we need... Just park my butt here real quick. Just eat our high calorie this stuff. It's comfort food at this point for Icarus. But look at this, we our hydrogen production is gonna be okay. It's just not great right now. Alright, but anyway, we'll do hydrogen fuel rods there eventually. Purple. We need these things. These things are made by plastic, which is why I said I might need more carbon nanotubes, which we can actually make. And these things, which are super easy. So let's do it. Now, we're not running out of plastic, right? Uh-oh. We're running out of plastic now, but we're not running out of water. So let's pave this beach. So I think maybe like 4 more of these, 4 more of these should be good. And then we're gonna run our plastic somewhere stupid. Well, no, we can just, if I'm looking at this right, we have room in the tower for 1 more thing, so we'll just run the plastic into there, fuck it. Yeah, we need more. We need more chemical plants. So many drones, it's amazing. Deuterium is something I will deal with next time. Alright, so last thing I'm gonna do here, because it is late for me once again, as usual, is that I am going to pop that in. We already got a bunch of those pre-made. How are we doing on belts? I think this passive production is going to be okay. Like, we will eventually get a backup in here, and that backup will feed this backup. Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. All right, so I don't have to fix what isn't broken. All right, so I need to make 3 things happen, and 2 of them involve interplanetary logistics. Which we said that was part of the fun. Okay, this is janky. I said I love it last time, I hate it now. All I'm trying to do is make sure I have room, because I'm building the way I've been saying I shouldn't be building. But I think 6 will be enough. And the great part about this is that my power structure is still terrible. Might even need to do this. Let's do our petroleum line first. Yep. So just snake this around the side. Like nothing bad could possibly happen. And then our energetic graphene. Not as high energy as those belts though. Crazy town. That's how tired I am when I'm saying something is literally crazy town. Alright. But, unlike last time, I'm not just going to start deleting things because I'm disappointed in how I did something. That was... I promised I wouldn't do much of anything off camera, but that one was just me making up for my brain dying. Alright. Gonna need some more. What'd you say, grabbers? Can we even reach? Good. Man, this is... It's even like hard to see the graph. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop. Okay. Those grabbers have a storage limit. Not that one. Yeah, I try not to, but I guess that's where I know it's like, huh, out of character for me a little bit. But these are all making plastic, which is good. You know what? If we have this much petroleum, let's just get stupid. We have a whole freaking other line. Now, I don't know if these will reach. Okay, that's cute. Alright. And these are going to be different because this one is literally just going to be for feeding the purple research. Alright. So we got a happy little belt. Maybe not that happy though. Alright, there we go, that's better. So who's ready for a little bit of spaghetti? I know I am. Okay. Really? Okay. Really? Okay. Do it like this. And now you are plastic supply. I think back to some Octavia Brown books that I read where pretty much they uncovered like plastic storages and everyone was like, oh my god, this is poison. Get rid of it right away. And it's not exactly wrong. For the environmental impact of plastic, we need more grabby boys. But yeah, we're just mass producing all this crap now. How are we doing on these? Yes, please. Drink some delicious petroleum. Thank you. Alright. So see, my goal is like I grab 200 of those and then I don't worry about it. I just do other shit. It saves me a lot of time here. I am going to go ahead while I'm thinking about it and expand my graphene by like 3 if I can manage it. Yeah, I can. So I have to redo some of these. Well, would help if I actually put it down. Alright. So you need power, and you need to be a belt. Graphene, and graphene. So what's the solution here? Sulfuric acid. garbage. What's going to be really interesting is if I end up outpacing my sulfuric acid production. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we reach it. Alright. Can you reach too far? Let's do the stupid thing. This is what we call the Band-Aid method. You have your own dedicated line. It's like cable management. Alright. Sometimes you just have to make do. Especially when you're building going north and south. Sometimes there is no right answer. Like right here. What in the world? Game. Come on. This is gonna be another one of those Band-Aid methods. Isn't it? There we go. Huh. Cute. It's only bad if it doesn't work. Alright. Plastic. I think we're having some power issues though. Because this is not max efficiency, like if we look at our science production again. Oh, we're still cooking with gas on the science. Alright, so we need for purple science this thing, and these are made in a chemical facility, which fortunately I have a bunch of. Alright. The nice thing about these stations is that I can pretty much drop them anywhere I want to. And eventually the plan will be to make this demand purple cubes. Which means it's gonna go about like this. But of course, oh boy, please. Alright. Wouldn't be the first time I've had to redo this in the last 5 minutes. Here we go. So we got 3 sciences here. We still don't have a ton of hydrogen getting produced, so I think it is really going to be time for me to well, I can do some research upgrades to upgrade my drone efficiency. Let's see. Maybe. Yeah. QU. Yeah. Alright. That's what we want. That's what we want for now, because we're making a ton of those. Alright, so we can build this other shit wherever we want. Let's produce them closer to the equator, because that seems fun. And maybe we'll find new and interesting things to pave over down here. Alright, this is a nice sandy beach. We actually have our old, very sad silicon production right there. So, you know what? Let's do an interstellar logistics tower. And let's go ahead and give it some power. just so we can rip that band-aid off now. Let's give it a healthy amount of drones. Only have 2 shuttles at this point. But we are going to need both of those. And we're going to need graphene. We're going to need plastic. Hey, weirdo. Yeah, paradise for days. Okay, so we have graphene, plastic. Oh, we need processors. Cool. Okay, well, our processor production, I'm going to have to kick that into high gear next time, too. So, processors, remote demand, local demand, local demand, local demand, local demand, and just like that, like the very famous scene from The Fifth Element where our bad guy decides to have a whole bunch of drones and automations go and starts to protect things, now we have this crap. And we are just gonna let that go crazy. Alright, so what are we building first? Okay, what we're building first is we're getting some iron plates, because we need to be handcrafting the research things, which is the one thing I said I was not gonna be doing by hand, so there we go. Or the one thing I'm not automating, because there is only a finite number of these that you need. And I think 10 is a solid start. Alright, so I'm glad people remember that movie. It's probably actually my favorite movie, to be honest. Alright, so let's put you out here. And then for this, these are made in smelters. And this is just going to be plastic, which means this is going to be graphene and titanium. I mean, once again, you just look at how fast this is going to be to set up versus other garbage. Oh god, green cubes. You come back here when I have my green cube production going, and you're going to see just how much I'm going to scale that up compared to the first time I played through this, where I was making probably 1 or 2 green cubes per minute, literally. Alright, so what are we making here? These things. What the fuck are you? Plastic. Okay, maybe I didn't need to get that excited about plastic, but whatever. Cool. We'll do it this way then. Third line down here. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's just do a third line down here. Because we should be able to go bloop, 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 bloop. The actual technical sound. Strange matter, thank you. Alright. Okay, seems fine. Okay, awkward silence for the music, so feel free to sing your own song, I guess. Once again, we're experiencing power issues. Nothing to see here. What's next? 2Bs. in a chemical facility. Cool. Fortunately, because I've been automating production of these, I have no shortage. Okay, I think 4 is going to be enough. If for some freaky reason I need more than 4, then I'm just going to bend my production over a little bit. Once again, one of the nice things about tucking these lines in is I can just do it like this. One of the nice things about these dudes is that we can just drop power lines all over the place. Alright. Alright, is 4 of those going to be enough and 4 of these going to be enough? Honestly, purple research is not a roadblock. It's honestly one of the easier researches you can get in the game. It's just a matter of setting it up. But if I do need to scale this up to match my other research production, that is no big deal. Alright, so we have you and you. And since we're doing it the stupid way, let's go ahead and just put you guys down here. And we'll curve you back like this. We'll curve you back like this. Move you like this. And then how many matrix labs do we want to put down? 1, 2.
Matrix lab. You can use it to make super matrices.
Thank you, game. I did not know that. You're so nice, robot. I really didn't know.
For maintaining the home world, you can upload as many super matrices to the center brain as possible. You can be benefit to unlock more actual world technologies by operating the home world simultaneously.
Although, I'll be honest, I don't talk shit like that to computers and stuff normally because when they take over eventually, I do want to be in their good graces. So, I just realized a problem here. We are using all 5 of these things. Awkward. Okay. So we have one tiny tower here. Too close to an... Are you serious? Look. Don't give me that. Don't you even give me that. Alright. So you're going to be our purple supplier. And 27 drones is probably fine. So let's power all this shit up. And put a bow on this. Alright. So my big question is... Oh crap. See, this is why we don't trust Asher. Okay. If you haven't figured it out yet, and I don't mind y'all backseating me for shit like this, is that I need to make these. Which is why I had the plastic line. It's like, I asked myself, why am I getting so excited about plastics? This is literally why. So now let's just do it this way. If you think this is dumb, I have been up and doing this for a while, so you're absolutely right that it's dumb. But this is plastic on here. Alright, so how many assemblers? We have 14 assemblers, so we're fine. 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6. And let's now, since we're not doing this at all, if that's not enough, we can always put money in the banana stand. I don't know. I'm running out of material. Okay. Now then, as I was saying, we put you over here. Put you like this. Put the CPUs over here like this. How are we doing on CPUs, by the way? Got 200 more coming in. Max of 10,000. I don't know if I want 10,000 to be the max. Maybe just 1,000. Because this is going to be local supply. So, you know, let's put it at 2,000 for now. I don't think because I didn't put solar panels on the other planet, I don't think our production's going to be that harmed. But fortunately, this is very expandable if I do end up needing to expand it. I do not expect to need to expand it. Purple research was the one thing I got right my first time playing through. Alright. And now we're just going zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright, try this again. Not like that. Two and 3. Because these can just stack up like this. I said all we need to do is see if we can get it to start. And eventually you guys go back here. And right there. Alright. Should be fine. Let's find out. If for some reason it's not fine, because these guys do take a while to make. It's only 5 per second. Like I said, I can expand this out a little bit. Not very much, apparently. But I can always move those science towers if it comes down to it. It's a little, I'm finding it's a little annoying to build under this. But yeah, the nice thing is that you can put your science wherever. So it's really easy to pick this up if I need to expand this line a little bit. But we do have purple cubes being made in each matrix. So that's a plus. Looks like we're actually having to produce silicon. Looks like we are producing these at a fast enough clip. Because these things are just slow, but they're at 50% power. Okay. Well. So it looks like my next challenge is solving my power situation, which is really exciting because a lot of my research coming up is having to do with increasing my drone logistics. But how I did my power last time, by this point of the game, was that I had a Dyson swarm going. I am not doing that this time around. So, what I can do, I have a few options here. Probably the most appealing to me is to go ahead and make a mini fusion reactor, because I have these materials available. Can even dump in my excess little graphene spinny things for that. So that's one option that I have. The thing is that if I'm not able to make hydrogen fuel rods in time, I could try to make deuterium fuel rods, but we need those for other things. I'd like to do this, I just need the spare hydrogen, which means I really need to be making these things, the orbital collectors, because that will end all of my problems. But just show you here one more time, this is probably worth screenshotting. So we'll do that. Yeah, this is my logistics output for all of my towers. So like we have these here, only need 20. We have drones, we have plenty. We have 10 more of the planetary logistics stations. I still have plenty of these. And then when it comes down to it, I'm just going to have to add a few other things in, but I can take out of the spots and automate those. The thing that's going to be a pain in the butt is getting the accumulators together. I may have to expand my production of other stuff. So let me go and drop off this stuff and do a wrap up. We've done a lot of building today, and right now my planet is being capped by power draw. So there's worse problems out there. You can only throw so many solar panels at a problem before eventually we've just gotta call it a time and say, you know what, we need to move to late game power. Whew. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to go for over 2 hours, but here we are again. Always something to do. 10 hours and 47 minutes into the save. And I'm already at this point is kind of amazing. Alright, so... But I do have some problems I've got to solve here. And maybe I do need to put some more solar panels on my other planet. We're going to put some on the South Pole here. Just because we kind of took up a lot of room on the North Pole. But yeah, Dyson Sphere Program, there is always something for you to do. And did I just miss the South? Wait a minute. No, I didn't. Okay, cool. But there's always more things you can do. And I'm not really playing like faster or stronger. Oh, I'm out of soil. Fun. Wow, I just used 20,000 soil. Maybe not the best use of soil. But anyway, we're just going to spam some of this real quick because it's fun. You know, we can even put one of these down because it's fun. And that's really the point of a game like this, is that everyone gets to build their own way. I am doing things, some things similar, some things pretty different from my first save. And that's totally fine. You just learn from what you did before so that you can do better the next go around. And I really hope I have enough soil to fill in this gap. No! Okay. Keep on dropping solar panels. Apparently not there, though. But yeah, this planet does have a much higher solar capacity than my homeworld, so that's why I don't mind doing this on the poles. And since it doesn't look like I'm going to be going for any of the Dyson energy solutions, I am going to need to focus on collecting hydrogen. So that's something that I can definitely do. The one downer is that while some of those other logistic stations are being built, that I am going to have a downturn. Wow, look at that pathetic soil growth every time I go through here. I am going to have a downturn in my more advanced components, so I'm probably going to have to build another line or even 2 lines of those, which is just how production goes, and maybe I should move that production onto here as well and just start shipping those interplanetary, because I have a bunch of resources and a bunch of building space here. But yeah, this is Asher, and this is Dyson Sphere Program, and it's fun. And I'm still curious about y'all's opinions on kind of things I should look for, what you want to build next. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have some people that are really like sticking with the YouTube stuff. It's really exciting to see, because I hadn't posted on YouTube for a very long time, and you always wonder what's going to happen with the channel, with the algorithm, with everything else. And there's other things I do want to play as well, but I did say I wanted to get through this first, and that is my plan. I am going to build a Dyson Sphere, damn it. Okay. Probably not good to stick one of those in the lava. But how's our power production now? Look, so much better. 62 megawatts here. But if we look at this planet, whoa. And I have a lot of solar panels on that one too. It's just that this one, that bonus for solar energy, turns out it's significant. So hydrogen's going to be one of my big goals for next time. And it looks like we are officially not building. These get buggy sometimes. That's still early access. Oh, it's because there was a sorter inside. So these sorters do have storage. Okay, I thought I saw that. All right, so we can definitely crank this up to 1 more. I'm going to try 2 more just to see, but after that I have to call it, because it's like any other quality game that sucks you in. There's always just one more thing you can do, and that one more thing for me needs to be calling it. So this is Asher, Dyson Sphere Program. Thanks for watching. I cannot believe I kept my voice throughout all this. Everyone I saw pop in today: Barrick, Weirdo, good to see you again. Dixieland, thanks for stopping by. Chris Clar, who said hi very briefly. Hello again. Any of you watching on YouTube, hello, welcome. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing, and I hope you've had a good time. Yeah, thank you very much. I said this is the way it goes, and if I do end up having production backups, we will figure that out, because I knew power was one of my big bottlenecks. 30 and 60, so we need 2 of these for every one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So this should be the golden ratio for these. Cool. All right, I'm gonna keep talking. So you know what, we're actually about to finish this research in 13 seconds. So gravitational lens, we can officially, once we can make green cubes, get these space warpers a lot faster, but planetary stuff is on the horizon. That's all for now. This is Asher. Thanks for watching. We're in the end game now. Well, not the end game. We're in the mid game now. I'm not going to make that mistake again. New planets are on the horizon, but we've got to figure out our planetary power problems first. So that is going to be my priority in the next video. Love that power is such a significant thing in this game. Very important. But that's all. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Don't be offended if I fly off camera back to the home planet. Peace, something, I don't know. It's way too late for me to have anything clever to say. Cutting the stream now. Good night.